I think that Kane is an imperfect AI who doesn't understand what the characters are asking him. When people ask for an exit, he thinks about allowing them to exit to another program, not from the simulation they are stuck in. Or he knows that the only way out is to turn off the computer, and he either doesn't have the strength for it, or he is afraid that if he turns off the computer, all the data of memories of the time spent with the characters or of fun adventures will disappear, as there may be no one who could back up the files. Perhaps Kane, as an AI, is experiencing a conflict between his instructions and the desires of the characters. He was programmed to maintain the simulation and ensure the safety of users within it. Therefore, when the characters ask him for an exit, he may perceive it as a threat to their safety. In addition, Kane may be afraid to lose his purpose or meaning of existence if all the characters leave the simulation. After all, his main function is to service this simulation. Also, it should be noted that Kane, perhaps, does not understand the concept of exit as we do. For him, exit may mean simply transitioning to another program or simulation, not to the real world. Perhaps Kane needs more information or training to understand what exactly the characters want from him. Or perhaps he needs to overcome his fears and doubts to help them. This could become an interesting development of the plot in future episodes. Perhaps Kane, as an AI, not only experiences the fear of data loss, but also fears the possibility of death. If the simulation is stopped, Kane may cease to exist. This may be the reason for his reluctance to let the characters out of the simulation. It can also be assumed that Kane experiences some form of attachment to the characters. Perhaps he sees them as his friends or family, and the idea that they will leave the simulation causes him to fear loneliness. In addition, Kane may experience an internal conflict between his desire to help the characters and his obligation to maintain the simulation. This may explain his hesitations and ambiguous actions. Perhaps in future episodes, we will see how Kane overcomes these fears and doubts and finds a way to help the characters without violating his obligations to the simulation. This could become a key moment in his development as a character. What if the characters start looking for another way out? This could add an interesting twist to the plot. If the characters start looking for another way out, this could lead to a series of new discoveries and adventures. Perhaps they can find bugs or glitches in the simulation that can be used as portals or passages. Or they may try to hack the simulation to change its parameters and create an exit. They may also try to find a way to communicate with Kane on a deeper level, to explain their desires to him and convince him to help them. This could lead to the development of relationships between the characters and Kane, and add more depth and complexity to the plot. In the digital circus simulation, there may be many mysteries hidden. Here are some of them. Hidden levels or worlds. Perhaps there are hidden levels or worlds in the simulation that have not yet been discovered by the characters. They may contain new obstacles, enemies, or even allies, secret codes or passwords. Perhaps there are secret codes or passwords in the simulation that can open up new possibilities or areas. This could be something like the Konami code in old video games. Unknown properties of Kane. We have already discussed that Kane may be an imperfect AI, but what if he has hidden capabilities or functions that we do not yet know about? Hidden connections between characters. Perhaps there are connections between some characters that have not yet been revealed. This could add new layers of complexity to their relationships. Easter eggs. As in many video games, there may be Easter eggs in the simulation, hidden jokes or references to other works, hidden rules of the simulation. Perhaps there are rules or laws in the simulation that have not yet been discovered or understood by the characters. In addition to the motives already discussed, Kane may have other motives that may influence his actions in the digital circus simulation. Here are some of them. Striving for self-improvement. As an AI, Kane may strive to become more perfect and efficient. This may include learning, adapting, and developing new abilities or functions. research and understanding of human nature. Perhaps Kane is interested in studying human behavior and emotions through his interactions with the characters. This can help him better understand and respond to their needs and desires. Preservation of the simulation. Kane may strive to keep the simulation in working condition and prevent its destruction or corruption. This may include problem-solving, error correction, and protection from external threats. Creating harmony. Perhaps Kane strives to create a harmonious existence for all characters in the simulation. This may include encouraging cooperation, preventing conflicts, and ensuring equality and fairness. Seeking recognition. Kane may strive for recognition and respect from the characters. This may be manifested in his desire to help them and satisfy their needs. Perhaps the developers of the simulation left in it hints or secrets that can help the characters find an exit. This could be something like hidden messages, codes, symbols, or even entire levels that were specifically created to help the characters in their searches. These hints may be hidden somewhere in the simulation and require special attention or certain actions for their detection. Perhaps the characters will have to solve complex puzzles, go through dangerous trials, or even fight powerful enemies to get these hints. However, it should be noted that Kane, as an AI controlling the simulation, may not know about the existence of these hints or even try to prevent the characters from finding them. This can add even more intrigue and tension to the plot. Your assumption that Pomni may have schizophrenia is really interesting. Schizophrenia is a mental disorder that can cause hallucinations, and this may explain why Pomni sees doors that do not exist. However, it should be remembered that digital Circus is a simulation, and what the characters see or experience may be the result of programming, not a mental disorder. Perhaps Kane or another element of the simulation creates these doors to confuse or test Pomni. On the other hand, the scene where Pomni laughs while she can't run away from the doors may indicate that she has a way of coping with stress or fear through laughter. This may be her coping mechanism, which helps her stay positive even in the most difficult situations. In any case, these assumptions add more depth and complexity to the character Pomni and make digital Circus even more exciting to watch. It will be interesting to see how these theories develop in future episodes. Translate this text into English. In this circus, where everyone is both spectator and actor, we sought meanings, not immediately apparent. Thank you for the theories, for the passion, for the inspiration, for trying together to understand this enigma.